Welcome. It's so good to see you. I'm going to hop into the spotlight really quick. Welcome to our very, very special gathering today, our age holiday celebration, our season of giving. God, do we need some levity in our lives, don't we? So good to see everybody here. Pop in the chat. Where are you in the world? And maybe a favorite thing. What's one of your favorite things in your life right now? What's a favorite thing? I'm like really digging Christmas cookies right now. I can't stop eating them. So that's what's working for me, is a lot of sugar. You guys are doing much healthier things like sunshine and so on. So welcome everybody. Diane's making fudge. Okay, excellent. I love that. We're so excited. We've got the entire team here today. So this is a big deal, super special. We're going to have a really fun hour talking about interesting topics. We're going to hear about our live auction updates, which is still happening even as we go. We're going to talk about the spirit of gratitude and how unique MEA is and our commitment to generosity and gratitude and community and bringing all of you together. Really want to acknowledge all of you who participated in the auction, all of you who have donated to AGE, all the special guests are going to be here today. We're going to have a blast. So before I bring up Chip, though, first I'm going to bring up Jeff and Christine, who are together. Look at that, y'all! Jeff and Christine together. Tell us, how you doing? What's your update? Missed seeing you two together.
We're in Baja. We're at the Baja Sage community, which we're just moving into after, I think it's been about 700 years in the development process. We have the first 15 or so owners have been moving in this week. One of whom is Christine. So that's been kind of cool. Yeah. So, and I think we'll touch on I'll touch on some broader updates when I kind of jump in with Chip and Christine later. But what about you? What are you up to?
Well, I am exactly 1 month from my hip replacement today.
She's gonna want to show you her scar. I know it. I feel it in my bones. Go on.
No, is HR on the call? Carrie, you said the whole team.
I know. I don't know. You know, if you want to see her scar, you may have to egg her on in the chat, but don't egg her on too much and she'll do it. Don't ask unless you want to know. HR's on the call, Connor says.
Right. So maybe HR's on
not
call. Oh,
today.
someone had 2 done. Okay, so I'm a month out from hip surgery and I went for a hike today, and I have to say that, like, as terrifying in the idea of having one's femur sawed in half and you know, an implant put in like such an incredibly deep part of your body, I feel amazing. And I am so grateful for medical technology and people who have dedicated their lives to, you know, pushing new techniques. And I guess it used to be all called the posterior approach, and they used to come in through like these giant muscles in our butt, and people, it took 6 months to recover. This was an outpatient surgery. I walked out. I was on crutches for a day, but I walked out. So that's an amazing thing and not an option that even our grandparents had, to replace a hip. So I look forward to getting back after it and being a rowdy. And that's just like one of the things I'm grateful for. I made a list before this call, and I can't stop. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Really good. How great is it to see Jeff and Christine together? Let's put it up for these two faces who have been so unbelievable in the MEA world and held hundreds of workshops. If you were in a workshop with Jeff or Christine, give me a yes in the chat. How lucky to have had that opportunity to spend a week with them. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, look at that. Hell yes. All right, let's get Chip up here, shall we? Chip,
yeah,
he's here in the house. Hi, Chip.
Hey.
With a great
fireside chat. Yes. Hi, guys.
How are you, Chip?
Doing? I'm good. You know, I'm in Santa Fe, and we have our first annual MEA Film Festival, and we have film here right now that's playing. I'm there. We'll have all of them come in here to the dining room soon. But we have a film that was actually made here in Santa Fe and won a special jury award for at Sundance, the film festival. And so, yeah, it's been a fun week watching 15 films in 5 days, and we're having a
How much
blast. And
popcorn? That's what we all need to know. How much popcorn have you had,
tons.
Chip?
Popcorn, Junior Mints, Good and Plenty, Skittles. Oh my God, so much crap. Thank God the food here is so good because I'm just trying to fill myself with good food. Otherwise, I would be having a major sugar high. But it's so great to see Jeff and Christine. So good to see you too.
Wait, I have to jump in for 1 second. So you know how your phone serves up memories sometimes, and occasionally they're unfortunate, and you're like, "That I did not need that array today." But this morning, this is what I got. Can everyone see? It's Chip.
Oh yes.
And this is one of my favorite photos of the three of us of all time when I made everyone do my wisdom booth project in Santa Fe. And
So talk about it. Tell everybody about the wisdom
Yes,
booth.
I'm gonna hop off this camera, but I'm gonna set this up here because let's just take one step back. That is a small example of the dedication of this founding team to giving back. So from the very beginning, the very first days of MEA, Chip, let's start with you. You wanted to create a movement. You didn't want to create like a Chip Conley, stage, but you want to create a space and a community. You wanted people to connect, and you wanted people to stay connected afterwards. You wanted to take their wisdom and pollinate it in the world. And you bring in Jeff and Christine, who live and breathe this idea organically of being together, and whether it's connecting and baking bread, or connecting through poetry and lyrics, or connecting and getting a fire truck for the town, or connecting and giving scholarships so everybody can come. There's been this spirit of generosity and giving back that all three of you just exude anyway. As humans, you are amazingly generous humans, and just want to recognize that you are, and that you brought that into this company and into this brand in so many different ways. So I'm going to hop off the stage and let you guys enjoy a chat with the partners about your reflections on what does that mean, generosity, how it shows up in your lives. And you guys can be posting some of your own thoughts about your experience with the benefit of being a part of this community as we go. So Chip, I'll let you take it away.
Well, I'm gonna let Jeff and Christine take it away, actually.
Yeah, and it's better with you on the screen, Carrie.
amen.
I worry about
oh.
leaving us.
Oh, well,
I'm
it's
right
now
here.
just the three of us.
Right here.
So Jeff and Christine, so it's great to see you. I wish I was there with you. And I think we talked in advance about maybe having like little categories of things that we could talk about, with Christine talking about gratitude and Jeff talking about friending and self-friending, and me talking about legacy. And I would love for us to, as we get into a conversation about the age and the auction that we're doing, and why socioeconomic diversity is so important in the MEA universe of 6,000 people now who have been graduates. I'd love to hear some thoughts from you to start with, Christine, on gratitude. But I'm going to start by saying gratitude to the two of you. I love the two of you. I love the fact that you're talking about gratitude and friending, because I feel a deep sense of connection to both of you. And I know I'm a hard guy to work with at times. And you do a thumbs up and say, yes, yes. But I just feel such gratitude that you've been on this journey with me for 7 years. And that we have learned that, friendship's a hard one. When you have friendship and you have then work, it can it weaves. But I really appreciate that we're friends. So let's start with Christine with gratitude.
Okay, so I started making a list this morning. I try to actually do like even a mini gratitude practice in the morning when I wake up before I get all the way up, just to like set my head. And it's not every single day, but when I can remember to do it, it definitely puts me in a place. And I know that there's all kinds of science around starting with the gratitude practice every day, but it's aspirational. It's not a daily, but this one just like kind of flooded through me. And I'm sitting here in Jeff's living room here in Baja Sage, and we haven't been together in person in quite some time,
No,
right?
it's been weeks and months. And
Yeah.
actually, I haven't seen either one of these two for a while, either Chip or Christine. So
We've been like
here we go, guys.
ships in the night. So that sets the stage for me about why I'm grateful. And I showed up in Baja yesterday. I rolled right into pizza night last night with like our dearest staff, and Dacker is here with, I would say of all of the teachers that we work with, Dacker's work is probably the one that I cite the most, that I lean on the most. It feels so resonant to me. So to be in his presence, Caitlin Krause is here, her new book about AI and digital wellness. Like I just dropped right into being surrounded by incredible people, Therese and Barb Tint and Nadia and the staff that makes it all happen here. So that just felt like kind of an overwhelming love bubble straight off the plane. And then I got to see you and the kids and Rachel. So pizza night at MEA did make my list of gratitude. And if you have experienced a pizza night at MEA Baja, I want to see it in the chat. I want to know how many people get angry when they're down here and they can't come to pizza night. We got to figure that one out. Let's see. I'll pick just some highlights from here. I am grateful for good teeth and good health.
That's a good one.
My family and my sisters. I'm grateful for work that inspires. I am grateful to the enthusiasts, the weirdos, and the creatives. They make my life just way more interesting. Although I am not vegan, I am grateful for vegan restaurants. I really am. What is funny about that?
There's nothing funny about it. It's amazing. I'm grateful for vegan restaurants too.
Thank you.
Yes. Chip, didn't you have a vegan restaurant once upon a time in San Francisco?
Yeah, I did. It was called Millennium for about 20 years, over 20 years. Yeah.
I took Rachel there for my first wedding anniversary. There you go. That's a story.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you never knew.
Oh
there
my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you like the bacon?
I did.
No.
Oh, was it coconut bacon? That stuff is so.
I think we probably had some fake bacon. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
Oh, you sure you want me to go,
restaurants.
huh? Vegan restaurants are amazing. People who are dedicated to making cruelty-free food, like that just pushes all of us as a species in a right direction, whether or not. Tell me what could possibly be wrong with cruelty-free. Tell me one thing that's wrong with cruelty-free.
Keep going. I want to hear more. More.
I do like that Leslie put here. It's called fakin'. When you're actually having bacon, it's not real fake. Bacon. Oh, I like that. That's good.
I'm grateful for coffee. I'm grateful for horses and dogs. I'm grateful for craft and pottery and those kinds of traditions that restore my faith in humanity sometimes, kind of like vegan restaurants. The list just goes on and on, but those are some of my highlights that might be different from yours.
Yeah, no, I think this year has been an interesting year. It's interesting how often years are sort of between two things, they can be amazing and stressful all at the same time. And this year has been a little bit of that. And I think, Chip, I see you nodding. I know it's been amazing and stressful, right? This year for you too. Yeah. Lots of work in construction and development and stuff like that. But then similarly, lots of work and growth and new ideas. Kind of a friend of mine, I've been thinking and talking a lot about friendships. And if you were on the call, we had 300 or 400 people show up to calls a couple of days back on this theme of friending and friendships. And a friend of mine said, oh, you found a thread and you pulled on it and it's attached to a woolly mammoth. So I'm kind of grateful for that. I'm grateful for the friendship that took me there, my friend Zach. And I feel like he has been gently guiding me throughout that process. So that's been very beautiful. I'm grateful for my Colombians. I made some Colombian friends this year, and they have re-knitted a part of my soul in a way. I just got back from a friending safari in Colombia, and we did a little update.
What is a friending safari?
What is a friending safari, Chip? It is where you go to lose yourself and reconnect to yourself with friends. I wrote 10 rules of a friending safari, and I can post them in the chat afterwards if you're interested.
Wisdom well, wisdom well.
I can wisdom well it. I can totally wisdom well it. But I'm also very grateful to Magic Mushrooms. They have just done me a power of good over the course of this year. Mostly socially rather than in any way therapeutically. So it's just for enjoyment. But I'm becoming that guy, Chip. I did a Temescal in Colombia on mushrooms.
Wow, you have
Yeah.
become that guy.
I basically had no clothes on. I was in a womb in the earth in Colombia with a bunch of shaman on mushrooms. And I was like, who am I?
Can we just put a pin in this
The
moment?
last 7 years have been transformative.
Chip, let's go back in time to our very first beta workshop, where this one was so freaked out because you and I were meditating.
I know.
And we were, I think you were maybe doing like some breath of fire or something. And Jeff was like, these people are weirdos. Now enter my friend, my naked
Temescal buddy. Yes, I know. Anyway, who am I?
I love it.
I'm grateful for these two for leading me on this wild goose chase, wellness goose chase. I'm also grateful to one of our teachers, and I will tell you why. It is a lady called Therese O'Neill, who, if you haven't had the time to spend with her, Therese is a magnificent teacher, a magnificent thinker, and a wonderful writer. And she would be on this call, but she's teaching with DACA right now. And I just love her. She's also one of my neighbors here at Baja Sage. And I got to tell you, gratitude practice and gratitude practitioners are among the people that most have gotten up my nose over the last 54 years of life. It's just, that kind of like, oh, I'm so grateful. And I never understood it and I never got it. And Therese said something to me that I think may have changed my life this year. She said to me, look, Jeff, you're kind of coming at this gratitude thing all wrong. We were talking in the context of how do you friend yourself? How do you make friends for and with yourself? And she said to me, imagine you had a friend that you did things for the entire time and they never said thank you. And they never appreciated it. And they were never grateful to you. She basically said, that's my gratitude practice. I am that friend to myself. I do stuff for myself all the time. And I never used to say thank you. And now I do. And it was like such a light switch came on for me. I was like, oh God, okay. Finally, after 53 and a half years, I get it. So I'm grateful to Therese. I'm grateful for her, to that practice of really starting to think about being grateful to myself, to my life, and just saying thank you. So it's been a beautiful learning. And again, sort of fell for me into this idea of friendship in terms of how do you start friending yourself. I'm also grateful to my friends Jen and Mario for making fun of me in terms of the way I use my hands and fingers. Apparently I'm very handy, fingery kind of human. So
is HR on the call?
Is HR on the call? That's basically it. So yeah, no, gratitude. I'm kind of starting to get it. And I'm starting to understand that as a practice. And I'm really, really thrilled with that. So yeah.
It kind of comes back to the same, it's a similar thinking to the money work that we do, right? Like if you were in a relationship with your money, what would your money say about you? If you were in a relationship with
yourself, what would you say about you?
He's like, what a dick.
God, that guy never says thank you to me. He's never nice to me, and he never says thank you to me. So there you go. That's a gratitude practice, and it was a real breakthrough. So thank you, Chip. What about you? Tell us about your year and what you're grateful for, but also thinking about legacy and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Lily up in a couple of minutes. So I'll be brief because I talk about my life on my daily blog on Wisdom Well a lot. So I'm really glad that we're spending more time with the two of you. I'm grateful for the MEA team. I've learned how to try to be less of a hero and try to allow others to step up and step in because of my health situation of the last couple of years. Grateful for my two sons who I got to spend a week with last week. Oh my gosh, I was there for Eli's 13th birthday. He's officially a teenager.
Wow.
I'm just so grateful for their moms, Eli and Ethan's moms who do all the hard work. I just come in and, oh, Dad's here, Chip's here, and we do all kinds of fun stuff. And then I leave after a week, and I don't have to do all the year-long stuff as these guys do. As the
That's
Laura and
exactly
Susan
what parenting is, Chip. Don't worry.
Really?
No,
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I feel like a poser. I'm a little bit of a parental poser. I I have such gratitude about being in New Mexico. I'm actually I wish you probably can't. Yeah, you can't see it very well, but I'm here in the dining room in the Cottonwood building. We have two retreat centers here, and it's a really crystal clear, actually slightly warm. Midday. We're about to have a bunch of people come in here for lunch, and I have a lot of gratitude for just the beauty of the land of enchantment. And when it comes to the word legacy, I was asked to talk a little bit about that. Legacy is not a self-licking ice cream cone. Sometimes legacy can feel very purposeful, like, oh, look at my legacy. And I really think that legacy comes back to what Erik Erikson wrote about in the mid 20th century when he was talking about what's supposed to be our life, how we're supposed to live our lives after age 50. And he said, I am what survives me. And, that could be, the smile you gave to somebody that just made their day at a time when they really needed you. Or it could be your kids. It doesn't have to be your name on a university building, nor a book that you've written. We have Richard Leiter, one of our purpose teachers, talks about the big P purpose and small p purpose, and I think legacy is the same thing. There's this big L legacy, which is that which is evident in the world and often on your LinkedIn resume. And then there's the small L legacy, which is what people will say at your eulogy. And I have to say, one of the beauties of cancer this last 6 years that I've been dealing with it, but the last 2 years more seriously because of my stage 3 diagnosis and the cancer, moving throughout my lymph system, has been, wow, the good thing about cancer, there's a bunch of good things, but there's mostly bad things. But the good thing about cancer is you get to hear your eulogy before your funeral, because there's a sense of people wanting to express things to you, because they don't know, you realize life is finite, and people who want to speak to you speak that way. And so it's been really wonderful to have a high school reunion here at the Santa Fe campus. And I had my birthday party here at the Santa Fe campus, and at the Baja campus, I have an Airbnb reunion in January, a private group of just a bunch of Airbnb employees. So I'm taking a dose of Jeff's medicine, which is like, how do you invest in friendship? And as Jeff says, as a practice, thinking about friends as a practice. So at the end of the day, I think legacy, relates to gratitude, relates to friending. I mean, it's all sort of woven together. So, and one of my legacies is having hired Lily Griffin a bunch of years ago to actually be originally my executive assistant, and then over time a VP of administration for MEA. And man, she just keeps it all in order. And she's been really focused on this auction. And the auction is for age, the Association for Growth and Education. We're very serious about socioeconomic diversity at MEA, partly because most personal growth retreat centers just are not very good at this. There's a demographic of who goes, and it doesn't shift much. And so part of the reason that about half of the people who have come to our Baja or Santa Fe campus over the past 7 years have been on some form of financial aid is because we want that socioeconomic diversity. You learn so much more from people who are different than you, and you realize that you have so much more in common with them than you thought you did. And so Age is the vehicle, a nonprofit vehicle that's, if you're a US taxpayer, you get a tax deduction for donating to it. And we have an auction that's actually finishing up tomorrow. So Lily, why don't you tell us a little bit more about Age and about the auction?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Chip emailed me like one random Saturday and said, "Hey, we should do an auction." And I thought, "Oh crap, how do we do this?" But I'm so glad he did. It has been pretty amazing. We thought initially we'd start, small. How do you do this? How do you run this? It ended up being larger than we expected, and the generosity has been phenomenal. It has been so much fun connecting with individuals that just want to be part of this generosity and, MEA's mission to give back and, open doors for many people who kind of would normally not have the opportunity to experience, these life-changing workshops at MEA. So just a couple of the top facts that are just like ringing in my head. We're over $1.2 million donated so far to the MEA Scholarship Fund over the years that we're on year 5, so it's growing year over year. And for 2024 so far, we've granted $495,000 to the scholarship fund. So it's just, being part of MEA has been so special over the years, but this is just like my baby, right? It's growing. It's been such an honor to be able to give back. I would be somebody who would really appreciate a scholarship, right? And so to hear the testimonials, it's so special. So we'll put the link in here in the chat. I have Rachel, my partner in crime. She is on the Age board, and she has a wonderful nonprofit history. She's been my, help along, the years here. So I'm so grateful. You've probably seen her in Santa Fe with me raising money for the nonprofit. So we're both grateful to be here and really appreciate the generosity of this community. And we thought right now we'd share, the link is officially in the chat here to the auction. And I don't know, Chip, do you want to
wait. Let's talk about some of the stuff that's in the auction.
Yeah, that's what we're going to next here. We've got a list. So
okay, good. Yeah. So there's a one-on-one you can do one-on-one with Jeff or Christine or me.
You got
Michael Franti.
Yeah.
Michael Franti, the famous musician, is going to spend time with you and then write a song for you. Yeah, that's only at 1,900 right now. Like somebody should spend more money. How about an award-winning musician writing a song based upon spending time with you? Yeah. How about doing is the Baja one a month-long sabbatical?
Yeah, we'll share that
in Baja
right now. Rachel's got one. We'll kind of tag team here, but we have
go for it.
Items here. Rachel, you want to start us off here?
Yes. So we have an all-out bidding war. It's fun to see people bidding to try to win some of these items. And we have an all-out bidding war for a one-on-one virtual session with our amazing shaman, Saul. Right now, I think the current bid is at $235, but what a great opportunity to have that special 1 hour time just with Saul. So you can bid on that. What else do we have, Lily?
Yeah, so as Chip mentioned, the Baja sabbatical, this is such a great opportunity. It's the value is $13,000 for somebody to come for a month and stay in Baja. And it's currently at $6,600. It's an amazing deal, and there's still a great opportunity to bid on this in time. Of course, so if anybody's looking at the auction now, there's no rush. It ends tomorrow. So take a look there. And we do have some workshop offerings. Rachel, you want to cover those?
Yeah, we have several workshops, MEA Online. We have workshops in Baja and in Santa Fe, both of which right now the bids are under what the price is you would pay. So they're actually good deals. We have some great travel packages, including a 7-night stay in a home in Baja Sage, which seeing the background there with Jeff and Christine makes me definitely want to bid on that. So that's really exciting.
Yep, and another one at Pueblo Pescadero, donated by an alumni, rooftop views, 2-bedroom home. We have an Ojai Valley Inn luxury getaway with 2-night stay, daily breakfast and golf. That one's not near its full value yet. So there's a lot of opportunity there. I don't know, one of my favorites is these one-on-one. I know, Christine, you kind of cringed at this, but the one-on-one sessions with our 3 co-founders, you know, you get an hour of their time, undivided attention, totally personalized to you. And I think that it's, those have really taken off. There's bidding wars on each of those as well. And I think that's a great opportunity, Christine.
Where are we? Where are we on that, Lily? I want to know what am I worth?
I'll put it, you're priceless. Okay. So the bids are still coming in, and you know, I can pop
my
that.
cringe was just like, oh my gosh, what if no one bids on me? It's like throwing
Thanks,
a dinner party and no one comes,
Yeah,
which has never happened to you. I know.
Christine, will you
$85.
agree to show your star?
I'd bid more for an hour of my time than $85. Screw that.
Oh,
No,
wait.
it's way more,
No,
it's way higher, Jeff. But
it's higher than
are
that.
you willing to throw in a viewing of your scar?
On the one-on-one.
Mine will include a viewing
Okay.
of my scar.
But that ups the value big time.
Here we go. And mine will include a guaranteed non-viewing of Christine Scar. How about that?
I will drop in on Jeff's session and show my scar.
Wait, let's be clear. Jeff's at 375.
There you go. That's more like it, you guys.
Yeah, there you
Right.
go. 375, but that's not even close to what it's worth. Jeff
yeah.
is a big thinker. So let me just like speak to why you think people should like Jeff will help you to realize what is stored deep inside of you. And he does that as a facilitator, but he also does that as an innovator and a creative thinker. So that's Jeff. Christine will help you to understand how to experience joie de vivre in your life. I'm proud that I started a company called Joie de Vivre, but oh my God, you know, both of these two are really good at joie de vivre. And Christine can actually help you to, with great questions, understand how do you welcome more and design a life with more experiences that give you joie de vivre. So what's that worth? It's definitely better than a year of therapy, I gotta tell you. So how much is Christine up to right now?
She's right there
Let's
with
see.
Jeff. We can get that information. So
Christine's at 300. She's at 300, I think. Yes.
That makes
So
sense.
yeah.
That's about right.
So
position.
let's help Christine. Let's help Christine actually surpass Jeff. Help
Yeah.
Christine surpass Jeff.
I'll put $50 towards whoever's voting for Christine. I'll give you $50 to up your bid. There we go.
Kind of friend Jeff is. He's a lifter upper.
Someone in the chat just said, with the scar, it will be 3,000 soon. So,
Oh yeah.
and then, you know, the Michael Franti one, like Chip said, Rachel, you want to chat to that? I mean, that's an awesome opportunity that we're really excited
I
about.
mean, to have a globally recognized musician write a song just for you, amazing, priceless. So we're hoping to see some more bids on that one too.
That is a great gift. I mean, like, think about the fact that you only have
Great point.
5 days left if it's
To
a Christmas thing.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
like you have no clue what you're going to get. And but you know you're supposed to get this really, really cool thing. This is the thing people will talk, your receiver, your recipient of this gift will think about for the rest of their life. There
Yes.
you go. Spend more than $1,900 for that thing. And just know.
what? Michael's
he is coming.
$1,900. Holy-
Yeah, no,
Not
by
even
the way,
showing
Michael
his scar.
Yeah, there's no scars
Well,
on Michael.
he shows scars on his heart. He's an emotional dude. And he's teaching here
He is an emotion.
again in Santa Fe in April, and we're actually starting the workshop on his 59th birthday. So just look for that on the workshop schedule on the MEA website, because that one will sell out soon. And people who came to it this year, some of whom have been writing about it in the chat, oh my God, they actually in the workshop you actually write a song as a group. He helps create a song with the cohort, which is like, wow, over the top. Okay, what else?
So those are a few of them. We'll give you updates, you know, a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll give you one more, but you can also just donate towards a scholarship in the auction. There's the place to do that if you don't want
Rachel, can I jump in here?
Yeah.
I gotta say, I hate this sort of thing, and I hate sort of drumming up money and trying to do all of this. I have seen the most incredible transformative moments for people who were given an opportunity to come to MEA because of scholarships. It has been so rich, it's been so gorgeous, and so very often it's that person who just needed a lift, and and then it sort of reset them, it reset their trajectory. So it is a wonderful thing to give to.
I am that person.
I wanted-
I am absolutely that person who came to MEA because I was able to have a scholarship, and it was at a very pivotal time in my life and completely changed my life. So
And
I-
Jeff, that's a good time to really tee up Leslie here. I know she's so close with the alumni community, and I think she has a couple impact stories. Oh, Christine wants to chat too.
I just want to say one thing. Not only have I seen people who've received scholarships have that transformative moment, I have often seen them be that turning point for the cohorts.
Yes.
Where they unleash transformation for other people in their group. As Chip said, you know, when we see each other, we learn to really see each other. We find out that we're more alike than we realized, and we push each other also in ways too. And often it's someone on scholarship who tips the week in a very, very important way.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
for
It's lovely.
everyone there.
Yeah.
All right, now let's bring up Leslie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, I just love hearing these stories, and we hear them every week. And we're so happy to be able to forward financial aid to people that maybe otherwise wouldn't be able to come. There's several alumni on this call today that are willing to come up and share their stories. I want to read one first, though. This is somebody that couldn't make the call, but she wanted us to share this. It's from Patricia McDonald. She says, as I write this, I am still in disbelief and trying to take the generosity in of your scholarship. I cannot begin to express my gratitude for this opportunity, and this will give me an added sense of dedication and commitment to make some big changes in my life. With the recent unexpected passing of my brother-in-law the day after Christmas, it's given me time to reflect and examine what is important in life and how wellness plays such an important role in living a meaningful life. So I'm so honored to receive this opportunity and hope that I can repay the kindness shown to me in some way. I'm just so excited and can't wait to attend your amazing event. And I mean, this is just one of so many. We've got a few, as I said, here on the call with us today. Alice, Kim, if you could just raise your hand. And Eileen McDar and Lisa Owens, if we have. Hi, Alice. Thank you for coming up and sharing with us. Tell us what it's meant to you to receive the age financial support and about your experience.
Yeah, so I'm a recipient of the scholarship, and I wouldn't have been able to attend without it. I'm a social worker. My husband's in ministry. I have 3 kids who are emerging adults and in college, so there's just no way that it would have been possible. But because of the generous MEA scholarship, I was able to attend, and I went to Navigating Transitions workshop in Santa Fe with Christine. So hi, Christine. It's so good to see you. And it was just so meaningful. I initially went in trying to focus on my career, but I really left feeling like a whole person and really appreciating like the power of community that was there. Santa Fe was so hospitable and spacious, and it just invites you to slow down, go deep. And not only did I connect with others, but I connected to myself in a new way. And so it just kind of gives you that space to explore your identity, your life, and share this common human experience. So I just left not feeling on my own. I left feeling more connected, right-sized, and just feeling more integrated. So since then, I've been still engaged in the MEA community. I am doing that navigation transitions coaching. And so I see Carrie every week. And then I'm also co-leading the Boston chapter. So I'm really excited to grow the Boston alumni community. So this scholarship has made it possible, and I'm just full of gratitude. So thank you to everyone who contributes.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
So glad and grateful that you are a part of this community. Thank you for all that you do for us. Appreciate it. Lisa, hi. Come on up.
Hello.
Lisa.
Hi.
You.
Well, thank you for welcoming me up. Yeah, I've had a very transitional like last 15 months. I had started. I have a podcast around. It's called The Unapologetic Third Act. So I'm focusing on people embracing their lives after 50. And so that's how, through research, that's how I discovered MEA. And after a job a job ending last year, I wasn't in a position to be able to pay for the tuition, and the scholarship enabled me to attend. I've actually been to 2 MEA workshops this past year. I went back to work, but I was with Jeff and Lori and Barb at Cultivating Purpose. And then I just returned from Awakening Magic with Chip and Terari Trent and Lizzie Gilbert. And just the connections I have made, it's just expanding the world that I'm trying to reach with the movement that I'm hoping to create. I actually had Chip on my podcast recently, which was an amazing honor. But just this community is so amazing. I've met with the Chicago in person with the Chicago chapter, and I feel like I found my people, and I just appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be part of this community, and I look forward to being immersed in this for a very long time to come. So thank you.
Awesome. Oh, thank you, Lisa. That's wonderful. What a surprise. I didn't know you were going to be on this call today. So really.
And I'm in the Navigating Transitions certification course as well. So I'm all about MEA.
You're all in. We love that.
She's talking about that again.
Thank you, Lisa. Do we have time for one more? I don't know how, because Eileen's ready to join us. Come on up, Eileen. Just real quick, we'd love to hear from you. Hi.
You. Well, first and foremost, my business was great until we hit the pandemic, and I speak around the world. Well, all of a sudden the world shut down, and live audiences shut down. And my husband's going to be 93 at Christmas. He's adorable, he's fabulous, but everything went down, 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 down. And so as I did the virtual, I think the only digital virtual thing with Kari, you were on that early on, and then I really wanted to go to the Baja. The whales are very significant to me. That will be my TED Talk about the wisdom of the whales from the Baja. And so going down there, I had no expectations other than that I felt like I didn't matter. And I was the only oldest one in my cohort. What a wonderful cohort. And we were asked to pull a name and give a name to the person, rename the person whose name we drew. And Nicholas Whitaker, I was at the end, and he named me Madre Mariposa, Mother Butterfly. And I'm going to cry thinking about this. He said that what I did, and later on, Teddy said the same thing. He said, you put your arms around everyone so that we felt included and loved. And just to hear that I had value just by showing up meant everything to me. And I couldn't have done that without the scholarship. So, muchas gracias.
Thank you, Eileen. You're beautiful, Mariposa.
I'm coming to Santa Fe too, the end of January.
Okay, good. Great.
Chip, when you're doing it.
So those are just a few stories. There's so many more, but I'm so happy that we can change lives and make this happen for people that wouldn't otherwise be able to go. So that is it for me. Back to you, Chip and Jeff and Christine.
Sure. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm verklempt. It's just to hear the stories. You know, we talked about Decker, and Decker's doing a workshop right now in Baja. You know, we feel awe often when we're in nature, but the two most common ways we feel awe are what's called pro-social in the academic world, and, you know, collective effervescence, the sense of being in a place with people where you lose your sense of self because what emerges is this communal joy and almost a heartbeat that is a communal heartbeat. And then moral beauty, the idea of really seeing the best that humanity has to offer in other humans, and see it often in, you know, but whether it's pivotal experiences or whether it's just in the mundane, just to see beauty in how people show up. And that, to me, you know, Jeff and Christine and I, while being facilitators to almost 200 workshops that we've had now in 7 years, it takes its toll. At the same time, so it has it has OSHA risk, it has occupational health risk. But it also is, what an experience to be able to every week see that level of moral beauty and collective effervescence that emerges from people when they get to know each other from the inside out. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It is a fascinating thing to watch groups of human beings coming together. It's a fascinating thing to watch people actually spending time together. And I'm afraid I'm in this sort of friendship kind of mindset at the moment. It's what I'm thinking about all the time and writing about all the time, Chip. So one of the things I see in our work, and one of the things I see is if friendship indeed is the most important practice that you can commit to in your life, and if we really do need to top up both our collective and intimate friendships and relationships, then going somewhere that is a friendship accelerator makes a lot of sense. Going to a place where you can do 1 to 25 relationships simultaneously is really interesting. And I don't think MEA is the only place that you can do that, but it is a fascinating insight that there are ways of really going deep with a group of humans. I told you guys that I was in Colombia, and we went through a sort of a 4-day process that was incredibly intense, starting with the Temescal and doing all of the sessions. And we ended up very deeply bonded. And I want to share with you guys something ultra adolescent that I ended up doing. It's the most adolescent thing I've done since my adolescence. I got a tattoo with 4 people. We all got the same exact tattoo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it currently, it does look like I tried to commit suicide, but I've been told that it will eventually clean up once all the blood and all the things have been cleared. And what it is, the tattoo is, and it's the first tattoo I've ever had, and it was by this ultra cool kind of beardy dude in Colombia who was obviously tattooed everywhere to this like really grungy rock and roll music. For the record, for some like bizarre cosmic reason, when I started to get my tattoo done, it went from like really hardcore rock music to I want to dance with somebody, which was just like, yeah, obviously. Anyway, so the tattoo is a line with a number of sort of slashes across it that is a type of script called Ogham. So Ogham is an ancient Celtic script, and they used it to kind of scratch secret kind of messages, faith-based messages on rocks, and not just faith-based. I believe it was a sort of a form of communication across the board. And so this in Ogham reads Anam Cara. And Anam Cara is a concept that the poet John O'Donoghue brought up or brought back from the kind of the ancient kind of Celtic church. And it means soul friends. And these are the friends that travel with you through space and time. So the 4 of us got tattoos. There you go. I can show it to you more clearly that way. The 4 of us got that tattooed on our bodies together. And the poor tattoo artist was like, what the hell is going on here? Because we made this whole ritual out of it. And we all spoke words and we're all holding each other. And so then he starts crying while he's tattooing us. It was very moving. It was very incredible. But yeah, so the first words I've put into my body, the first thing I've put into my body is this concept of Anam Cara, that we can connect to each other in ways that transcend space and time. And and it's good to be on this call with some of my dearest friends, my dearest Anam Cara ever. So that's the concept that's been sort of working my head. Chip's busy. What's he doing? He's talking to people. Yeah.
I just want to show, this is what happens at lunchtime at a MEA workshop where we have spectacular food. And look at all those folks over there too. And yeah. Christine, what do you want to add?
What do I want to add to that? I mean, it's always tough to follow the kind of lucid,
Dorkiness.
yeah, but like gorgeous dorkiness that comes out of you. It really, if I think about my gratitude list, being friends with you is right on top.
There you go. It's
Yeah.
been pretty fucking
Yeah.
neat, right?
And Chip Conley, I mean, the three of us, it's been the three of us, my friend, and it's been a journey, and you two have changed my life. And
that's true.
you have stretched me and leveled me up. And in the early days, I used to say that Chip opened doors for me and Jeff kicked me through them.
All in work appropriate ways. I just
Yes.
want to emphasize.
Yeah. So here's to soul friends.
Yeah, to soul friends. And here's to sort of thinking, Chip and I were talking this morning about sort of next year and really starting to think about the transition into next year. And so I'd love to share some thoughts on that as well. If any of you have done the transitions course, if any of you have thought about the sort of, or seen the transitions content, we often talk about this concept of imaginal cells, this idea that there are these cells in caterpillars that then go into the cocoon, that then go into the sort of the architecture of the butterfly. And it's this beautiful concept that maybe there are these roadmaps, these blueprints that we carry with us through our lives, right? And that all we have to do is quiet down and look into these roadmaps and blueprints to see what comes next. Who are we? So it's a sort of an attuning process. And today I was reading a book, and I found a totally new meaning to the word imaginal. So there's this concept of an imaginal world. And an imaginal world is a world where the angels live. It's this sort of spirit world where we're just adjacent to it. And it's the sort of the thought is, and it again is related to John O'Donoghue's research. And the thought is that we reach into the imaginal world and we pull out possibility and potential for the future, for next year. And so I love the tension between these two concepts. On one hand, you have this concept that is, you have this roadmap that is kind of DNA level deep in terms of your values, the things that you care about. And on the other hand, you have this potentiality, this future that you can pull from the imaginal world, that literally an angel might have the key to for you. So I guess as a closing thought for us as a community, it's how are you going to listen? How are you going to listen to yourself? How are you going to sort of think about both who you have been and tune into that? And what are the angels holding for you next year as you come into the new year? So that's been a thing that's been rattling around my head. And Chip, I shared it with a friend of mine, and he's like, oh yeah, castles in the sky are actually called imaginal worlds too. So these sort of dreams, these aspirations that we have for ourselves are imaginal worlds too. So I think as a closing thought from our end, and one of the things that we'd love to sort of have you tune into is, how are you tuning into those quiet voices for yourself? And then moving forward into the future, how are you going to find your angels who might have the key to what's possible for you coming into next year? Yeah.
Beautiful. Speaking of angels, off of that, oops. I'm just going to take you angelically outside here for a second. Here we are on December 20th, and everybody's eating outside with the view. Yeah.
Hi, gang.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. God, it must be freezing out there.
It's actually so warm. It's very nice.
Get the recording of the
You
call?
get the recording of the call, yes. All right. Let's go back to Carrie. I think she's going to figure out how we're wrapping this.
Yeah, and I'd love to also, given in the spirit of throwing people in front of the audience with no preparation whatsoever, Derek Gale, I'd love to just also hear from you, you beautiful human.
I know you're ready to talk about angels right now, Derek. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Derek. For those of you that don't know, Derek's our new CEO, and he is one of the people that is holding Chip's hand in the fog as he sort of focuses on teaching and creating extraordinary books and ideas and connecting in the world. Derek's doing all the things to make that possible. So,
and throwing him into calls like this. This is how we're beating him into our gang. So help us.
Yeah, Derek, what are you grateful for this year, Derek Gale?
Yeah, what I am grateful for is I've reignited a passion. And obviously I've just come through a huge transition. I've spent the last few years wondering what was next, completely unfulfilled in what I was doing as, an entrepreneur and as an executive and over the years. And I was on a call yesterday with our CF team, our faculty team, and recognized it was, today it was one year and 10 days ago. I walked into a hotel in San Francisco and met Chip Conley and met Carrie and Christine, who looked at me skeptically. And and I didn't even know what a midlife wisdom school was.
That's okay.
And it's been, so what I'm grateful for is, this incredible opportunity, but not only that, but just an incredible group of people who are trying to do something cool in the world. And I get to be part of that. So
Eric, I'm grateful because, like Chip, you share that ability to both be a visionary and get shit done. And our team is so thrilled to have you on board. It's just been amazing, amazing, amazing to have you at the helm.
Thank you.
Now, Carrie.
Now, thank you, Jeff, Hamaoui, and Christine, and Derek, and Chip. Thank you all for being here. I hope you've enjoyed all the things that we've offered, the fireside chats, the wisdom well, all the opportunities for you to meet each other. We'll be launching new opportunities to connect on our MEA app this year, and so many things. I hope you can share in the chat. One final thing, what's your favorite thing that MEA has brought to you? What's your favorite thing that MEA has brought to you? And I hope that you'll find more of that in 2025, reaching out in your chapter to other friends, to experiencing the beauty of a community, and to be a part of this. Every single one of you makes the quilt that is this MEA community. We wouldn't be where we are without all of you. And each one of you has a unique contribution to give to this, whether it was your story that woke up someone else, or your story that someone was silently nodding that they thought they were the only one who were feeling that way. Yes, validation, Heather. So with that, we're going to send you off. However you celebrate this solstice, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Three Kings Day, nothing, whatever you decide to do in this beautiful season, just know we're sending you all of our goodwill. If you are interested in participating in the auction, you still can. Somebody throw in that chat. You'll get an email from us with the link, with the recording. Feel free to go shopping and outbid each other. Get that competitive spirit on to get the thing that you want the most. And we're so grateful. So with that, we're going to take ourselves off the spotlight so you can see each other and you can say goodbye, and we'll give you a little tunes to send you off. Here we go. There he is. Lee Johnson.
Where's Lee Johnson?
Where's Lee Johnson?
We need to see Lee Johnson.
He left.
Just went outside.
Oh,
my God.
Oh, darn it.
Hey,
Everybody, go ahead and take yourself off the mute and say goodbye, farewell, thank you. There he is.
Thank you. Glad
Lee Johnson.
Johnson.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
I love you, Lee.
Aw.
Look at that
Cute.
sun.
I
You,
know.
you're just
God, the beams of light on you.
Oh.
you're-
Turn my third eye down a little bit.
Oh.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everyone.